my karate belts 2. Okay, notice my Soki belt. It has the 10th Dan blocks on it. My purple special Soki belt. Alright, let's zoom in. White belt. 9th coup. White belt, yellow stripe. 8th coup. Yellow belt. 7th coup. Green belt. 6th coup. Blue belt. 5th coup. Purple belt. 4th coup. The brown belt. 3rd, 2nd, 1st coup. The black belt. 1st Dan. The poom belt. The black and the red. Represents the 2nd and 3rd Dan. The senpai and dai senpai. The Vinci belt, the one above it, the white and red, represents 4th and 5th Dan. Vinci and we call it a Da Vinci, alright, which is 4th and 5th Dan. The silk, we call this the checkered belt. Alright, the checkered belt, which is the Soki belt, represents 6th, 7th, and 8th Dan. Alright. And then the Master's belt, the red belt, and then the Grandmaster's belt, my belt I just got, the Grandmaster's white belt. You can see the shadow of my figurine's legs, now his arm, the belt. There it is, without too much of the shadow. Grandmaster and the Ram Kerofsky. Alright, that's the belt, and then of course my special purple Soki belt as I zoom back out. My karate belts 2. I have all the karate belts. I went full circle. Took me over 49 years. Thank you. This is Soki, Shodai Soki and Grandmaster Kerofsky signing out. I hope you enjoy the view of my karate belts. Timothy Kerofsky for my new Kicking It With the Kerofskys channel. Alright, my friends, this is Grandmaster Kerofsky. Also, or Hanchi Kerofsky, that's what a Grandmaster is, or Shodai Soki Kerofsky, because that's what the purple belt is. A Shodai Soki belt. A specially made belt. So, basically, I'm a high-ranked person in the martial arts, as high as you can go, full circle. I am going to talk about my karate belts in more detail now. Here we go. This is Grandmaster Kerofsky. And look what I have on the floor. We were not supposed to put belts on the floor. So, because when you put them on the waist, they're not supposed to touch the ground. But it was really the only way I could really show all my belts. And I am proud of my accomplishment. I went full circle, as you can see. I started with white and ended with white. So let's talk about these belts. So I just come right out of the streets, and I don't know anything about karate. You're gonna get just the plain gi, and you're gonna get the white belt. Most dojos. My dojo, you actually had to earn the white belt. I actually had a white belt test. We had to do a few basics and stuff. It was a pretty easy test. Basically, you're starting out with the white belt, okay? And that's known as a nice coup, right? Now, when you learn half of the basics, because it's a lot of basics, you're going to get the white belt with the yellow stripe, okay? That's known as the 8th coup. When you finish learning the rest of the basics, you're going to get the yellow belt. And the yellow belt is known as the 7th coup. I mean, look at my worn up and torn green belt. Whew. I was a green belt for a while. Now, for the green belt, we've done the first 3 takiokus, and we start to learn the animal forms, the 5 basic animals: tiger, leopard, crane, snake, dragon. Okay? It's more than that, but I'm going to keep this not too long, so you have an understanding, okay? So basically, when you take the basics, then you're going to start learning techniques. Alright? And the techniques are going to lead into kata. Kata is prearranged movements designed to ward off multiple attackers in any given situation. Alright? Well, the main kata that you learn is right here, that blue belt. And in my style of Tiger Ryu, I created what I call Moon Tiger Kata. Wansu is an old traditional kata. It means the dragon boy dumping form. And then the tiger I use with my combination of Hungar Kung Fu. Right? And of course the blue belt is the 5th coup. Now the 4th coup, where you start to learn self-defense techniques. Okay? Self-defense is against a knife attack, against attack from behind, against basic self-defenses, but you start with the basics here, start to learn the technique, start to learn the kata and form, and then I go into what I call Kashindo Ukis, the self-defenses. The purple belt is the 4th coup. Now you step to brown belt. Brown belt is knowledge. Right? I'll talk about belt coloring meaning uh, after I talk about black belt. Then I'm going to talk about what the belt colors mean. But brown belt, right? So there's three stripes on the brown belt. The brown belt represents third, second, and first coup. So basically you get your steps from boyhood, now your steps to teenage years into manhood. Okay? That's one way I say it. Or steps to girlhood, into the teenage years, into your steps to womanhood. That's kind of like the way I explain it to my students. But a brown belt is, of course, an expansion of all the other things that you learn here at these levels. You know, more advanced techniques, more advanced self-defenses, more advanced kata, and of course the taiki oku, which is power form, and the taisu nuwaza, which means continuous flow form. Actually, you learn the first two taikus at brew, taisu nuwaza at brew, and you get the first five taikyokus. Mind block. I hate that. I'm getting old. At brew belt. First five Ippon kumites. Forgive me. Then a black belt. My black belt says the Ram on it. Okay. Now, black belt is you step into manhood or womanhood. Black belt is black because it means the knowledge is gained. It means you're full of that knowledge. But that doesn't mean that the journey is over. That's what I'm going to explain about these other belts. The journey is not over once you get to black. When you start here at the beginning at white, you're pure. You have no knowledge of the martial arts at all. You're pure. You're pure of knowledge, okay? When you get to yellow, you have harmony. So you have some knowledge. So you have some understanding, okay? When you get to green, green represents the color of life and nature, right? So now you are starting, you're growing, you're becoming part of nature and into the martial arts, the nature of the martial arts, right? The blue, like the color of the sky and the ocean, is vast. They have a vastness of knowledge. That blue belt, you do have a vastness of knowledge. You have a great understanding of all of these basics, okay? But purple is a passion. Passion, and you learn even more, even though you have that knowledge. Purple also represents that mountain, that tree that's at that mountain. You're reaching that mountaintop, okay? Then brown is the tree of knowledge itself. And then there's three stripes of brown. Then black is unpure. Now you have all that knowledge. Now, what's the red mean? Now, you notice that at the black belt, what I have on, it's have all these stripes on it. They kind of mangled, the tape kind of slipped. But there's 10 stripes of tape on here for 10th dan. Right? At the black belt, at the old schools, we always used to what they call the striping tape, and then we put the striping tape on it, but the striping tape comes off, and we have to keep restriping it. But The black belt is has all these red stripes, and the red is the blood and sweat that you endure, the blood that you spill, as you continue to go up the ranks, as you continue to go up the ranks of black belt. You are actually beginning again, but now you're getting into what I call warriorship. Boyhood to manhood. Now you're going into warriorship. Okay. Okay. This plume belt, which is also one of Taekwondo, like I was talking about my belt stand. Right. When I wear the black on top and then the red on top, I mean second dan, and the red on top represents third dan. So second dan, third dan. Okay. I'm not going to talk about everything you have to learn for black. That would make this video extremely long. I mean, I could take hours talking about all these other things that you learn. All the weapons forms you have to learn. No, okay, let me briefly talk about the weapons forms then, okay? For second degree black, as I stretch my legs a little, for second degree black, we focus on the nunchaku. And I don't have my weapons pulled out, but the nunchaku is 2 sticks with a chain or a rope in between. One of Bruce's favorite weapons. You gotta watch Enter the Dragon. He's there at that scene and he knocks that guy into that pool of acid. Oh my God. Alright. For third degree, we focus on the sickle. Right? Fourth degree, we focus on the tampa. Right? The Vinci belt. So I just went to the fourth. Vinci belt. You're going back into purity, okay? You're working yourself back towards white. Think about it. You start with white and end with white. So you're working yourself back towards white. So the Vinci belt, right? Red on top, right? Fourth dan, right on top, fifth dan, okay? So, as you go up and you work on these weapons, so for fourth degree, the focus is the tampa, which is, you know, the kind of like the old policeman's PR-24, the nightstick with the little handle on it, okay? Fifth degree, we focus on the boken, which is the wooden sword, right? And the sixth degree is actually a combination of different weapons. Seventh degree, let me just talk about this first, because I get my mind blocked, okay? So keep bearing with me. Seventh degree, the spear, which I started teaching Timmy early. Timmy's going to be working on the spear dan, but I started teaching him the spear early because I can't move like I used to. Alright. Eighth degree, we focus on the orb, also known as the iku. Alright. And ninth degree is the Kasuka garment, which I have hanging on my wall, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. And 10th degree is like reaching the age of almost 59 or 60, and I had to put my letter into the board, and then I got my 10th dan promotion. Right? Grandmaster. You understand this one though. the checkerbelt belt represents Koshi. 6th, 7th, and 8th degrees is the Koshi. Koshi is like your steps to mastery. Koshi means it's like a wizard. So it's your steps to mastery. Alright? So 6 is known as a Koshi. A 7th is known as a Madero Koshi, which is the middle Koshi. And 8th is known as an Okoshi. The 9th degree, I earned my master's red belt, which I talked about before. This is Master Kerofsky. And that's the red. That represents blood. All the blood I spent going up to all these levels, lifetime of work, because it takes a lifetime. Now, let me go from the red back to the white, full circle. So it says Grandmaster Tymon Kerofsky. And then I don't like that one roller too much. Moon Tiger Ryu. I created style. And then, as I talked about my belts and my belt stand, right behind me is my granddaddy of them all. As I sort of reach behind a little bit, flat shoulder. I didn't get that changed to Maduro Soki. Okay, Soki, technically Soki, yeah, like the Soki is like when you create your own style, become a Soki. A Shodai Soki, one that creates his own style and also becomes a master in another. Right? And that's what I am, a Shodai Soki. This is Tymon Kerofsky, and that has the 2 blocks, as you can see. And then outside it says Moon Tiger Ryu Kinpo. My 2 blocks. And that is my belts, my karate belts. And basically, what you have to learn for the belts, it's a long, long journey. You know, it takes 40, 50 years. I mean, really, to get your Grandmaster, you have to wait till you're 60 anyway, usually. Or you can get it early. I got it a little bit early. I wrote a long letter to the board. So even if if it was like, say I was 45 years old and I got this, I say, you know, or 43 or 42 years old and I got this, I still would have had to wait until I was the age of almost 60 to get the Grandmasters belt. And that's it. This is, as I try to get up, I'm going to try to bow. I don't know if you guys can see me. My head's probably off the camera. Hey! Oos! Hey! It's Grandmaster Kerofsky.
you.